Started early in the morning with the Oscars and Center racking up not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, not eight, not nine, not 10, not 11, not 12, not 13, not 14, not 15, but 16. Think about it, 16 Oscars nominations. That is a nomination in every category that matters. In other words, we're not talking about documentary short, right? 16 Oscars nominations. That is a record. That is huge. That is a testament to the filmmaking brilliance of Oakland legend Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are the kings of Oakland, but Ryan is the number one king. Maybe it's more like king and prince, however you want to do it. Ryan being the king, Michael B being the prince, because Ryan really came from Oakland, you know. So anyway, but see, we all love Michael B. Jordan because he played Oscar Grant on screen. Okay, I forgot to ask Oscar Grant Sr. is if he thinks Michael Jordan, is Oscar Grant. Well, no, that's a little too more. That's anyway, get a little too buggy there. All right. Um, Oscar Grant Sr. is the father of Oscar Grant Jr. So, um, wow, that is something else. What what is it that caused Sinners to rack up so many awards? Here's what I believe it was. Ryan Coogler paid attention to the desire to innovate. You understand what I'm saying? He went in saying, I'm going to make a 70 millimeter film like no one's ever seen before. And when you make a decision to literally give a new lens, okay, really it's an old lens, but it's a new lens to those of us who watch film in the modern age. But Ryan reached way back and brought forward 70 freaking millimeter. I mean, true 70 millimeter, all right? And it defines the film. Sinners is the most beautiful film I've ever seen because of its depth of field, because of its reach, because of its breadth. It reminds you of those of Ben-Hur. That's how crisp it looks. You got to see it, okay? That's how crisp it looks. But when you say, I'm going to show the world through a different lens, then what you get is a different world. In other words, you get different cinematography, you get different colors, you get different makeup, you get innovation, all these different categories and more. All right? And more. And more. And more. And there's a way that Ryan and his people make films that just it's just amazing. And it started for me with Oscar Grant, Fruitvale Station. Okay. That was personal to me, being an Oaklander, personal to me, who was just a station tick away from where when Oscar Grant was shot. Uh, Personal to me because I videoed the riot that broke out. Uh, Personal to me because it was an amazing Oakland event that people need to see Fruitvale Station to understand its impact on. I mean, Oscar Grant riot came to define Oakland. It it came at a time we were already, I would say, almost drunk in a sense from the number of riots we had going through the us going through the Occupy Oakland era and in 2011. And then from 2011 to 2012, well, beyond before that, my because Oscar Grant happened in 2009, but I would say before that, yeah, we were having still protest after protest after protest, and but this was different in 2009. This was different because it was a BART police officer by the name of Johannes Merzelli who decided that he was going to shoot Oscar Grant for nothing. Oscar hadn't done anything wrong. And then we had law enforcement officials trying to tell folks like me in the media, hey, well, he had drugs. And so we had to put that out there because what we were being told and realized, and I realized, hey, we were being bamboozled. That hurt. So God bless Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan for making Fruitvale Station. And it was a movie for our time and will always be and will always define what's both right and wrong about Oakland. It's right about Oakland in that it communicates accurately how in Oakland race doesn't matter as much as class does. Okay? How in Oakland we have your best friend could be Chinese born American who talks more black than you do. It could be somebody who's black who talks more white than your white friends. It doesn't matter. That's Oakland. Uh, Oakland is a complex social construct that you have to live to understand. And Fruitvale Station communicated that. So Ryan took that, and thanks to his relationship with my friend Alan Michon, who owns the Grand Lake Theater, if you go to Oakland, you gotta visit more than once the Grand Lake Theater at 3200 Lake Park Avenue, corner of Lake Park and Grand Avenue. Then when you're done, go up the street to go to the alley, 3325 Grand Avenue, and have a great alley steak. And if you like, cocktail, whatever. But that place, those two places define Oakland as much as any other place I can think of in Oakland. Two of my favorites. I have more, but those are two of them. Anyway, Ryan took off from there and he made Black Panther. A movie so intricate, so good, so timely, so statement making in each scene that I cried at the end with Kendrick Lamar's music. And it made me cry every time I saw it. To this day, I can only now explain why that is. And it's because it is gratifying to see a work in wonder like Black Panther made, and knowing and seeing that it is a black story told that anyone can understand. Anyway, it's accessible to anyone. Comic book fans of social justice change, fans of the black history in America, black experience in America, many of whom are not black. Okay, that's the cool thing about America. You don't have to be of a color to enjoy that color's story. I can be black guy, enjoy the Chinese America story. Chinese American can enjoy the white guy story. The white guy story can enjoy the Latino story. The Latino enjoys the Jewish story, and so on and so on and so on. That's Oakland, okay? I'm telling you, that's Oakland. So, Ryan took the Oakland experience, he took the Oakland thing, and he puts it into each and every movie he makes. He's truly the soul of Oakland. I should have put that in the title somewhere. And maybe I'll turn around and will. Ryan Coogler is just a major league god of movie making. Just straight up major league god of movie making, okay? He just is. Just is. I can't wait to see what he does next, but I've got some ideas. I got some stories I want to toss his way. Thank you, Mr. Coogler. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for representing us. Thank you for being Oakland, man. Thank you.